Now, speaking of grandmothers, the first comic that I'm going to bring up for the second set is actually my grandfather, Mr. Joe Larkin, everybody.
Hey, I am so proud of this guy, my grandson. I taught him everything he knows, right, about comedy. Come on, look at him, look at me. You shitting me? That's his idea of a joke. I'm not his grandfather, for Christ's sake. I wouldn't fuck his grandmother. Come on! Have you seen her? Jesus. No, thank you. All right, I admit it. I tried, but she wasn't moving. Actually, I think she was dead. And she was stiffer than I was. You know, though, at my age, necrophilia is not a bad option. For those of you who haven't been to college, necrophilia means fucking dead bodies. Hey, you know, if they're dead, they can't call the cops on you, right? They can't tell everybody about your little dick. You notice I said your little dick, not mine. Mine's not bad once you get all the wrinkles ironed out of it. Yeah, I'm an old guy, 69 years old. Right? Let's hear it. Is that because I'm still alive? Or do you just like 69? Everybody likes 69, right? You like 69 back there? That blonde girl? Come on, everybody likes 69. Used to be my favorite number, but I forget why. Hey, maybe you could help me remember. Come on, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Damn, I can almost taste it. My memory is shot, man. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It'll come. I'll lick this damn thing yet. Yeah. An old man, you know what? If I can get out of bed in the morning and make it to the bathroom, I figure I got about a 50-50 chance of making it through the rest of the day. Yeah. If I should keel over up here, just put me out in a dumpster out back and tell my wife I ran off with that blonde right there. That way she won't have to arrange a funeral and pretend that she's mourning me. You know, she could just stay pissed off at me for the rest of her life like she is right now. Yeah, she's always mad at me, but right now she's so pissed off at me because she thinks that I had sex with a hooker out in Vegas last week. Come on, I've never paid for sex in my life. Wait a minute, there was that one time when I bought my marriage license. Yeah. I've been married for 30 years and I only got 3 shots at it, man. I'd have been better off with the hookers in Vegas, you know? Better return on my dollar. I could have had 4 two-bit whores, you know? For every dollar I spent on that bitch. You know, I got this escape clause built into my marriage contract. Till death do us part. Getting closer to my freedom every day. My wife has got she's got all these fucking lists of shit for me to do all the time, you know, and just like I'm fed up with that shit. I figured though, I got another thing. I got another thing to get around that, you know. Any Catholics in here? Any Catholics?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, you know about purgatory, right? That's where you go to burn off all the sins before they let you back into heaven. You know? I'm working on this. I'm working on like a D-. Yeah. So I'll be in purgatory for a couple of centuries, right? By the time I get to heaven, my wife will have pissed off God so fucking bad and he'll just, all her feng shui shit and, all that Martha Stewartizing up the place, She'll have lists of shit for him to do. He'll get so pissed off at her, he'll send her over to Nirvana. You know about Nirvana, right? It's just like heaven, except it smells like curry over there. And everything's already feng shui. So she won't have anything to bitch about, right? And, the Buddha, he doesn't get pissed off very easily. But if she does piss him off, which she's bound to do, right? He'll send her over to Allah. You know about Allah, right? He's got some big-ass fucking problems, that guy. He's got all these pissed-off terrorists up there looking for their 27 virgins, only to discover that the U.S. Marines have already fucked them all. All the young pretty ones, anyway. My wife will be at the back of the line of the old, ugly, fat ones. I'll never fucking see her again. Anyway. Back to Earth. I'm an old guy, got all these problems, Got all these plumbing problems. I get up in the morning and I can't piss. I've been constipated forever. You know about this, right? You're old enough to know.
Not yet.
Not yet? Yeah. Believe me, it's right around the corner.
It's not going to get any better, huh?
No, not at all. Listen, so I told my doctor about it. And he goes, the first thing he says to me is, you're going to have to stop masturbating. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? He goes, well, I'm trying to examine you. The guy is such a fucking killjoy, I call him Dr. Killjoy. Anyway, so then he tries to give me some Viagra, right? What the fuck is this? I don't need Viagra. He goes, I've seen it, you need it. I said, all right, I'll tell you what. You cut the pills in quarters, and I'll take it. He says, a quarter of a Viagra isn't going to get you an erection. I don't want an erection. I just want it to poke out far enough so I'm not pissing all over myself all the time. Fucker, he thinks he's a fucking comedian too. Anyway, so come on, what about these plumbing problems I got? I can't pee in the morning, He gives me a prescription. He says, here, take one of these pills, call me in the morning and let me know how everything came out, right? Yeah, fucking comedian Dr. Killjoy. Anyway, so I'm an old hippie from way back in the 1960s before most of your people were born, right? I figure if one pill's good, three's gotta be better, right? So I took the 3 pills the next morning, the floodgates opened, man. I peed like you wouldn't believe. This was 6 o'clock, right? At 7 o'clock, I had a huge bowel movement. I bet I lost about 10 pounds. Right? And then at 8 o'clock, I woke up. Funny for you, yeah. Anyway, I called up my doctor. He said, you owe me a mattress, you prick. He argued with me for the longest time. He goes, I can't be on the phone with you with this nonsense. I got things to do. I got patients to see. My time is valuable. And he hung up on me. I said, what the fuck? I got valuable stuff to do too. I got to go take a shower. And then I got to get my wife to clean up all this shit over here. I joke about my wife. Hey, the doctor pissed me off so bad. I went to my bedside stand and I got out my gun. I keep the gun there to ward off the rapists. Come on, it could happen, right? My wife tried it a couple times. Now she sleeps out in the shed. She came in the other night. She goes, "Could I have a space heater or something? It's cold out in the shed." I said, what are you kidding me? You could roll over in the middle of the night and burn my fucking shed down. And where would I be? Where would I keep my tools? I joke about my wife all the time. But she's really supportive of me with this comedy thing. She knows that's the comedy wife, you know. Anyway, she said, does anybody here remember Carol Burnett? Yeah. Carol Burnett used to do this at the end of her TV show. Remember that? Let her family know she was thinking about them. So my wife said to me the other night, she says, why don't you have some little endearment that you do for me? You're up on the stage so that I know you love me and you're thinking about me. Come on, she doesn't really talk like that. Her voice is really fucking annoying. Anyway, my wife is Portuguese, right? She's very fiery temperament. Yeah. So I had to come up with just the right thing for her, you know. So I thought about it for the longest time, and I finally came up with something. So here's a big shout out to my lovely Portuguese wife. You know, that translates into English as this. She gave me that when I told her she had to sleep in the shed. Anyway, so back to the story about the doctor. Remember, I was on my way down to the doctor's with the gun. Talk some sense into the gun. Anyway, I'm on my way down there, and I stopped off at the drugstore to get some Depends. And I don't want to have to buy another fucking mattress. You know? And I also got some sleeping pills. I mean, who could sleep with that shit? Anyway, I'm coming out of the drugstore. And there are these four young guys standing around my car. They look like they're going to try to get into my car. So I pulled out my gun. I said, get away from my car, you kids. And they all ran off. So I went to get my car, and I tried the key. It didn't work. I tried to put the key in the door, and that didn't work. What the hell? I look in the back seat, and there's all these gym bags and hookah pipes and stuff. What the fuck? Oh no, I got the wrong car. So I jumped in my own car, and I ran down to the police station real fast to report those guys. And I'm down there, and I'm filling out the police report, right? And these four guys come running in, and there's the old guy, he carjacked us. So I had to do some fast talking, you know. I had told the cop there behind the desk, because I had a senior moment, you know. If you're going to have a senior moment, you might as well make it a memorable one, right? Anyway, he gave me back my gun, but he took my last bullet. I don't have any leverage left with the doctor, so I got down there, you know. He talked me out of the gun. Gave me a free rectal exam is what he did. Yeah, he's got surprisingly large hands, you know. But a soft touch, man. Now he thinks we should be friends, right? He's been following me around forever. Every time I turn around, there he is going, I wish I could quit you. You know that movie? What's the name of that movie? Anybody remember the name of that movie? Yeah, that's right, Brokeback Mountain, yeah. I thought maybe one of the guys would would know it, but nobody wants to admit to being a gay cowboy, right? No gay cowboys in here, right? Hey, listen, I told you I was a hippie from way back in the 60s. I went to school down at the U of I back in the late 60s, early 70s, and the place was up for grabs, man. Yeah. It was like there was a cloud of marijuana smoke over the whole campus, like about 3 feet deep the whole time. Maybe you've seen me on the History Channel. That's a guy with the big long beard and the hair, you know, the love beads. You know about the love beads, right? Anybody know about the love beads? Oh, wow. Here's a little history for you. Love beads, you used to exchange these beads, very colorful beads, you know, whenever you screwed somebody. Yeah. And there were people walking around with all kinds of huge love beads on, right? And I would always look for the chick with the most love beads on. Yeah, because she was either the greatest lay or she was the skankiest fucking whore on campus, either one. Anyway, so I also had you know, the tie-dye t-shirt with the peace symbol on it, you know, the whole thing. I wasn't really a hippie, I just dressed that way for the free weed. Back then, if you walked around looking like that, somebody hands you a joint, you know. Really, I mean, you just walk up and hand you a joint. And I know I had a hog back then, too. I was on that hog day and night, man. That's what we called my girlfriend, the hog. She was everybody's girlfriend, actually. She ran off with this biker chick. And I know why she did it. Her clit was longer than my dick. Hey, hey, hey. You wonder why I know this? She showed me the road burns on it. Oh, man. And I also went to class back then, too. I took some classes. I have no recollection of what I studied. They said, because I was high all the time, they say if you learn something when you're stoned, that you have to get stoned again to remember it. Yeah. So I was, the other night, I was looking through my grandson's backpack to see if I could find a pencil. I found this joint of marijuana in there. It's been forever since I smoked any dope. So I waited till they all went out and I lit up. Everything became crystal clear to me. You know? It turns out I've got a PhD in English literature. And I didn't even fucking know it, you know? I was walking around all night quoting Shakespeare, you know? I got the munchies, man. I ate everything in my house. I was like, when I came down in the morning, you know, I was quoting T.S. Eliot and licking off the cookie crumbs off the counter. This is what you get, folks. A paranoid old man with a bad case of diarrhea. I wish I could be that smart all the time, you know. I know I could afford the weed, but the fucking junk food bill would kill me. Hey, any black people in here? Well, there's three. I'm glad you're here because I don't tell black jokes unless there's some black people in the audience. You know, they say, I don't know if this is a stereotype or what, that black men like women with some meat on their butt, right?
Yes, sir.
Like women with big butts, yeah.
Yeah, big butt.
Yeah. I mean, come on, what choice do you have?
That's it.
Have you ever seen a black woman over 35 without some major fucking junk in the trunk? I mean, come on, man. They got speakers back there. They got groceries, you know. I'm sure the last one I saw had like
Child care payments. They got it all.
She had a grill back there, you know. Spare tire and everything. And they also say, you know, that black guys have longer dicks. You know?
Yes, sir.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, come on. That's like a genetic adaptation, right? You got to be packing some major hose to get past all that junk in the trunk and get to the jackpot. Hey, come on. Hey, you guys, come on. You got the White House, right? You got a fucking nuclear arsenal, right? You're the commander-in-chief of the kick-ass armed forces in the world, you know? Plus you got a free dog and a vegetable garden out back, right? A bunch of fucking Mexicans tending it, right? And you got a hot wife. I mean, what the fuck? We got to be somewhere near even, right? Come on. Do I have any more time left? I'm done. Okay, hey, listen. Remember my name, Joe Larkin. The next time you see it, it's going to be right up there at the top of the obituary page. Thanks a lot, guys. It was a great honor.
Joe Larkin, everybody.